Today on the calendar is the 14th of Av, which is not so exciting, but tomorrow is the 15th of Av, which is exciting because it's the day on which the Mishnah says was one of the greatest days of the Jewish people, the 15th of Av and Yom Kippur. But we'll find out about that Mirz Hashem on Shabbos. One of the things that happened with on the 15th of Av was that this was the last day for preparing wood for the Beis Hamikdash. That is, wood was used, burnt on the altar, the sacrifices were burnt, and this was the last day that they would chop wood to be able to be used. Why? Because the wood, before being used, had to dry out, and it dries out in the sun. And the days are starting to get shorter now, and as a result of that, there isn't as much time, daylight, for the wood to dry out, and it would be green, as we would call green wood, not ready to be used for the altar, and therefore they stopped preparing wood on this day, and up till now, wood was chopped and saved. Days are shorter, nights are longer. And the Gemara tells us that nights are made for studying Torah. And therefore, from this time, the custom is to start studying more Torah at night. I saw yesterday a wonderful, wonderful idea. If you think for a moment, after 120 years, we come before God's throne and He asks us a number of questions. He asks us, number one, were you honest in business? And number two, kavata itim la Torah. Did you set aside time for study Torah? So we come before God and He says, you know, I gave you this wonderful Torah. Did you study my Torah? I said, yes, I came to Shul on Shabbos, so I heard the entire reading of the Torah. Many times I heard it. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, remember King David? He had that wonderful book of Tehillim, Psalms. Did you study that? Did you do that? I said, yes, I went to Shul in the mornings, and every morning after davening, we said one chapter of Tehillim. And I did that. And then God says, what about the Mishnah, the oral law? Did you study that? I said, whoops. Well, I remember I once studied a couple here and there. Somebody came up with a marvelous, unbelievable idea that you can finish all of Mishnayos. That is, the way in which it is done is people sign up for Mishnah. And if you study a chapter a day, in a little bit over 500 days, you will finish all of the Mishnah. And in signing up for the Mishnah, a person is assigned a particular chapter, which is his beginning chapter. And the next day, he studies the next chapter. And the day after that, the third one, and so on. What happens on the day that he signs up? There are over 500 people that have also signed up, each of whom is given a chapter of Tehillim. So let us say you are given on the start day the 5th chapter of Peah. Someone else was given the 4th chapter, someone else was given the 6th. And then the next day, you get the 6th chapter, the next day, the 7th chapter, and so on. And therefore, every 30 days, the Mishnayos are finished, and you, within the time period that is allotted, will also finish off the Mishnah likewise. So I'm going to send you the information for a link to sign up, and it has there a number of sources to help in the study of Mishnah. Help. I need help. I don't know how to study Mishnah. It's in a foreign language. Well, it's available in Yiddish translation, don't worry. And if you ask nicely, you can get it in English also, with a little commentary. And with about 15 minutes a day, you can finish all of Mishnah. And it's a wonderful time to start. The starting date is Rosh Chodesh Av, which is just by subtraction 2 weeks from tomorrow. So a good day, everyone, and have a good winter.
All right.